Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave? Would you please join me in the pledge? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Life's most persistent and urgent question is, what are you doing for others? I grew up in a small farm town in rural Arkansas where I learned the value of loving thy neighbor. It's something I learned at a very young age, but I gained a deeper understanding for as I began competing in the Miss America organization. One of the 4 points of my crown represents service. And I spend my year as Miss Arkansas serving others in the state. Dr. King spent his life serving others. And like him, I believe it is one of the best ways you can bring people out of their own bubbles and bring them together. By diving in to serving others, whether it be by volunteering in your community, leading an entire movement, or simply lending a helping hand, you are plucking yourself from your own comfort zone and allowing your eyes to be opened to someone else's reality. It is then much harder to judge that person's reality and much easier to empathize. We have the amazing opportunity of living in the most diverse country in the world. That can make it difficult at times, however, to relate to one another. But you don't have to relate to someone to empathize with them, or even have anything in common with someone to serve their needs. That is why Dr. King asked that most persistent and urgent question of what are you doing for others? You don't have to be Martin Luther King Jr. or Miss Arkansas to make a difference and help bring the world together. You simply have to remember that concept that we learned at a young age and love your neighbor, no matter what race, color, ethnicity, gender, religion, or social class they may be. I'd like to thank the Arkansas Martin Luther King Jr. Commission for inviting me to such an inspiring event and for their service to keeping the spirit of Martin Luther King Jr. and his memory alive. Thank you.
As we commemorate and celebrate the holiday in honor of my father's birthday, I want to take this opportunity to thank you for your continuing support of his legacy. Congratulations on a job well done.
Bluff High School Marching Band. One more time for the mighty Pine Bluff Zebras. Mr. Scarborough calls her Mama Everett. And due to her strong commitment to family and community involvement, she was the recipient of the 2015 Community Service Award. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Miss Susie Everett of Everett Buick GMC as she presents the 2017 Community Service Award.
Wow, what a celebration so far. Have y'all had a really good time? It's been one of the best yet, so thank you. Thank you for letting me be a part of this. Well, I'm Susie Everett. I'm with Everett Buick GMC, and we were the recipient of the 2015 Arkansas Martin Luther King Jr. Commission Community Service Award. And as a member of the business community, we have built our business with a focus on reaching out to our communities. The Arkansas Martin Luther King Jr. Commission provides family and community-based programming statewide. Therefore, Everett Buick GMC is pleased to present the 2017 Community Service Award on behalf of the Commission as they strive to recognize the unsung heroes of service. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. once said, "Everybody can be great because anybody can serve." The Community Service Award honors organizations and individuals who exhibit Dr. King's legacy of service through their dedication to meeting the needs of our beloved community. Everett Buick GMC is honored to partner with the Arkansas Martin Luther Jr. King Commission. I think I said that backwards. Arkansas Martin Luther King Jr. Commission in this effort. Friendly Chapel of the Nazarene was started by the late Brother Paul Holderfield Sr., who left his position as a North Little Rock fireman in 1972 to serve the community. And I want to say, I just heard his story, and it's amazing what God did in this man's life. And he's carrying on the legacy as we want to continue to carry on Martin Luther Jr. King's legacy. Today, the Friendly Chapel's mission is wholly dedicated to meeting people's needs spiritually, emotionally, nutritionally, providing clothing, shelter, and self-worth. Under FLAME, which stands for Feeding and Loving All Men Equally, the organization operates a soup kitchen, thrift store, pantry, a scholarship program, and even purchases homes and offers transitional housing. This organization serves up to 300 meals daily. The church and related facilities are located in what was once a high crime area near the Arkansas River in North Little Rock. With complete respect and support from the neighborhood, vandalism has virtually become non-existent. Friendly Chapel is widely known for combating and overcoming prejudice. So I want, please stand as we celebrate the Arkansas Martin Luther King Jr. Commission's 2017 Community Service Award recipients, Brother Paul Holderfield and Friendly Chapel Church of the Nazarene. Congratulations.
Thank you, Mabel. When I met Miss Everett, she said something I hear all the time, and I sure wish I could see y'all, but she said, "I thought you was a black man." I get that all the time. First and foremost, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. was a preacher of the gospel. He was a sermon seen. A sermon heard is soon forgotten. A sermon seen is never forgotten. And we've just been trying to be a sermon seen in that neighborhood all these years. I'd rather see a sermon than hear one any day. I'd rather one would walk with me than merely show the way. For the eye is a better student. It is far more willing than the ear. Fine counseling is confusing, but example, it's always clear. And the best of all the Christians are the men who live their creed. To see the good in action, that's what we all need. Now, my eyes can watch your hands in action, but your tongue too fast may run. And I could soon learn to do it if you'd let me see it done. And those examples that you give me, they may be very wise and true, but I'd rather get my example by observing what you do. It's my prayer we'll all be a sermon sing, and it's an honor to accept this on behalf of a church called the Friendly Chapel and my dad, who left a legacy of how to love a community. And so thank you, Dr. King's, the commission. And by the way, I get this all the time and I'm through. People come and say, Brother Paul, I can't wait till we get to heaven, because there won't be all this black and white. We'll all be the same color. I said, where do you find that in the Bible? Now wait a minute. Where do you find that in the Bible? When we get to heaven, it won't matter what color we are, because we're going to love like God loves. And by the way, if you'll love like He loves here, it won't make any difference here. God bless you, and we love you, and we thank you.
Thank you so much. Dr. King once said, everybody can be great because anybody can serve. The Humanitarian Award honors individuals or organizations that promote the life and legacy of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. by serving others. That's what Dr. King stood for, service to all, regardless of race, creed, color. Dr. King was for everybody. The Arkansas Martin Luther King Jr. Commission is pleased to present the 2017 Humanitarian Award to a lady who has touched the lives of so many, and I speak of none other than Dr. Annie Mabel McDaniel Abrams. Ms. Abrams is a retired educator and a political, social, civic, and community activist. She has traveled all over the world and even served as a delegate to the United Nations. She took an active role in community issues and became involved with the desegregation of Little Rock Central High School. The first national observance of the Martin Luther King Jr. holiday was held on January 20th, 1986, after which Ms. Abrams, with the help of other community members in her living room, established what would become a campaign to rename High Street in Little Rock in honor of Dr. King. And the first program honoring Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. was held on the steps of the state capitol, which took place on King Holiday in 1991. In 2010, she was inducted into the Arkansas Black Hall of Fame, and she serves as an honorary co-chair of the state's Martin Luther King Jr. Commission. Ms. Abrams is a living witness to history and watched as the events unfolded right here in 1957. Her home is a museum with archives of presidential memorabilia, programs, books, artifacts, and photos from years gone by. Hundreds visit her home on Wolf Street daily by appointment to conduct research or collect oral history. The commission had a chance to drop by Ms. Abrams' home to hear her wisdom and insight on the King holiday and today's theme, passing the torch to the next generation. And at this time, we have a video of Ms. Abrams.
Because of his advocacy for education, for spiritual and moral character that comes out of a Judeo-Christian faith, and a constitutional support for that freedom that he talks about. That freedom reign, the Liberty Bell in Philadelphia. Let freedom reign. And so when you see the Liberty Bell, institutional symbol of liberty and justice for all, train up a child in the way he should go, and when he's old he won't depart. That's what Dr. King lived by. Train up a child in the way he should go. And so it's a responsibility of those of us who become community parents. That's what I am. That's why people call me Mother Abrams. I become the parent of the community, just like they call Mother Teresa. Mother Teresa is because you become first a female as the mother birther, birth life. And so that's why Daisy Bates is remembered. That's why Rosa Parks is remembered. That's why Miss Bethune is remembered. We are birthers of not only biological children in the village, and it takes a whole village to raise a child. That's why I'm there in perpetuity, whether it's over there by executive order. That's how I got the right to be licensed by this state government to be a mother for the King movement. And so young people need to understand the law of peace is nonviolent. Nonviolent means you're not physically going to fight, you're not mentally going to fight and figure out how to drop a bomb or kill another person to take what they have because you are stronger. That's what we have to know, and we have to teach it. And so that's why when we established the Martin Luther King Commission, we understood that we had a responsibility to produce a structure for young people. And so we have, soon after the commission was ordained, licensed by the legislature, that we've had a youth structure where that the adults, the commissioners, created opportunities for young people to learn so they could become the parents for future generations to learn. And so just as I'm known as Mother Abrams, you hear if my phone rings and I don't answer, it says service is the rent we pay to stay on this earth. And it follows and says, I've gone to pay some rent. And I ask the question of the one who called, have you paid any rent today? And so that's a form of my trying to help people to know there's a price to enjoy the peace and harmony that we enjoy. And if you don't pay it, and you say, how do you pay it? You go back to the lesson book, the Bible, that tells us.
All right, please stand to your feet as we honor Dr. Annie McDaniel Abrams with the 2017 Humanitarian Award. And please welcome Mr. Deshaun Scarborough.
As I was sitting there, I was thinking about Dr. King. I'm 85. He would be 87. And I remember when he was here at Central, they had to hide him because it would have caused a riot if the people were here for the graduation of Ernie Green. So I know that where he is, he's happy today. I also know that I was sitting there thinking of those 22 children that I took with me to the first National Martin Luther King holiday. And I was sitting there thinking today, as I waved at people in the parade, started on my dining room table, what would Daisy say? Because when Bill Clinton, by executive order, established this commission, I'm thinking about in 2017, is it possible for an executive order to wipe out what Dr. King was honored for service? So I ask you, because on every bill that you have, it says, "In God we trust." And I ask that you ask God, as an American, that He will bless this national holiday and it not be reversed by executive order. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Dr. Annie Abrams, you're just beautiful. On behalf of the Arkansas Martin Luther King Jr. Commission, we want to salute you for your outstanding contributions in the community and your dedication for citizens within our community. Please accept this on our behalf, the 2017 Humanitarian Award. Thank you so much.
All right, please welcome Ms. Keisha Smith, Deputy Director of the Arkansas Department of Human Services, and her daughter, Afia, to introduce our keynote speaker.
It is time for our featured speaker as we prepare to pass the torch. Sky Jackson is known for her role as Jory Ross in the Disney Channel sitcom Jessie, and is currently starring in the Disney Channel series Bunked.
Sky was born in New York City and began her career as a child model, appearing in numerous national commercials. Please welcome back Judah Corral as we prepare for the torch ceremony.
Following the torch ceremony, the next voice you will hear will be Sky Jackson, accepting the torch for our generation.
Hi everyone, how's everyone doing today? I just wanted to say thank you so much for having me today, and it's such an honor to be here on this day. Thank you so much. Hi. Okay. All right. Okay. Hi. Okay, I'm going to start my speech. My name is Sky Jackson, and I am an African American actress. I began my career at 9 months old as a child model, appearing in numerous local and national commercials. I started my acting career at only 1 year old in a Marriott hotel commercial. My first independent film, Liberty Kid, was filmed in 2007 when I was just 5 years old. I later went on to act in a few other movies, including The Rebound, The Watsons Go to Birmingham, which was one of the most important films I have done in my career because it takes place in 1963, which is the year Martin Luther King Jr. gave his famous "I Have a Dream" speech, and the year that the 16th Street Baptist Church bombing happened, which is just some of the history-altering events that made 1963 one of the most memorable years in U.S. history. In 2011, at the age of 9, I auditioned for and got the role of Zuri Ross for the Disney Channel sitcom Jessie. on a hit TV show at only 9 years old was a great experience, and it was something that I had always dreamed of achieving one day. And I could not believe I was so fortunate to do the very thing that I love most. 4 years later, when Jessie ended, Disney decided to run a spin-off due to the show's enormous success. That spin-off was called Bunked, and it's about to begin its third season. I feel truly blessed to have the opportunities I've had, and still, which as an African American female. However, I don't think I would be where I am today if it had not been for civil rights pioneers like Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. I would like to quote a portion of Dr. King's famous "I Have a Dream" speech. He said, "I have a dream that my 4 little children will one day live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. I have a dream today." Martin Luther King Jr. is such an inspiration to many people. He has changed the world in so many ways. The "I Have a Dream" speech gave many people the courage to fight for what they wanted. Because of Martin Luther King Jr., the world has changed tremendously. I know that many of you know Dr. King's famous "I Have a Dream" speech, but let me tell you what that means to me. To me, it means courage. The courage to follow your dreams and make every effort to achieve them. It means honor, to honor our fellow man regardless of the color of their skin. It means bravery, the bravery it takes to face all challenges no matter how scary it is. It means caring, caring for one another and thinking of others first. It means dignity, the dignity to hold our heads high no matter what others think. But most of all, peace. Although firm and tenacious, Dr. King's approach everything peacefully. His story is truly amazing. He didn't just make speeches, he took beatings, had dogs set upon him, did jail time, and he lived under constant death threat. I believe that Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. was the most important voice of the American Civil Rights Movement. He worked for all equal rights of all people, no matter what race, religion, or skin color. There is so much more to learn from Dr. King. He was someone who realized how difficult it is to effect real change, and that meaningful change takes not a year or a decade, or even a lifetime, but many generations. Before August of 1963, white people and African American people had separate theaters, separate drinking fountains, separate bathrooms, and many other injustices just because of the color of their skin. Me being an African American actress, I don't think I'd be where I am today without Martin Luther King Jr. He gave African Americans a voice and fought for our rights. Without him, opportunities that we have now, and including me and what I have achieved in life, would not be possible. Martin Luther King had a vision for society in which race was not an issue in how people are treated or in how they are allowed to live their lives. It's very sad to say, but in today's society, what King envisioned is not a reality in America or anywhere else in the world. But it is possible to say that his vision has affected us. While nothing is perfect or complete in the battle for civil rights, the efforts of Dr. King and those like him have, in fact, changed the country and the world for the better in noticeable ways. His vision has made the world a more equal place, and if not equal, it has helped to ensure that minorities have a voice. A key part of King's vision, aside from a quest for racial equality, was the idea of nonviolence. He refused to use violent actions in any of his protests and taught his followers to do the same. Martin Luther King was greatly responsible for the passing of the Civil Rights Act and the Voting Rights Act for African Americans, both in the mid-60s. These acts literally changed American laws so that African Americans would not be treated separately from whites. His victories in these two areas had a huge impact on the United States and the world. In 1963, Dr. King and other leaders of the civil rights movement organized a march for equal rights in Washington, D.C. With a crowd of over 200,000 followers, the march was protesting racial discrimination in employment, racial separation in schools, and they demanded minimum wage for all workers. This was the largest gathering in Washington, D.C. history, and the site of King's famous "I Have a Dream" speech. Because of his commitment to peace, nonviolence, and equality for all, King's protests on behalf of civil rights were able to make genuine headway in American society and allowed Dr. King to contribute a great deal to the success of the civil rights movement. On April 4th, 1968, Martin Luther King Jr. was fatally shot while standing on the balcony outside his second-story room in Memphis, Tennessee. We still remember Dr. King for his bravery and having a huge impact in the world. Obviously, I was not born or even a thought of when Dr. King was alive, but having read his speeches and watching video recordings of him definitely opened up my generation's eyes, and we can now know that things didn't happen easily like we think they do. I think Dr. King would be proud that we have activists in our generation who are speaking out against bullying and equal rights. Without him, our generation would not be what it is today. Martin Luther King also means a lot to me because he gave us hope and being able to do anything we wanted to do in life. Martin Luther King Jr. fought hard so we can get where we are today. And I am very grateful for him and that he fought for our rights. I think our generation has learned a lot from Dr. King, and we continue to keep his message alive. Thank you. Thank you, Dr. King, for having your dream. Thank you, Dr. King, for fighting for so many people. Thank you, Dr. King, for risking and giving your life for others. Thank you, Dr. King, for being the man you were. Thank you so much, everyone, and thank you for letting me speak for you guys. Bye.
All right, one more round of applause for Sky Jackson. And at this time, we'd like for Ms. Keisa Smith with the Arkansas Department of Human Services, one of our very fine sponsors, to present her with the Arkansas Travelers Award. Sky, on behalf of the state of Arkansas, we welcome you and we thank you for traveling. And the legend of the Arkansas Travelers Award is that anytime a visitor visits Arkansas, you'll always leave saying good things about us. We love you, don't we? Great job. Thanks for receiving the torch today, and thank you once again.
Thank you so much.
We're going right into it. Okay, good afternoon again. So we are going right into the Nonviolent Youth Summit, and we want to welcome you. And it is sponsored by the Arkansas Department of Human Services, Arkansas Department of Workforce Services, and the Everett Buick GMC.
Our youth from LEAD and Dream Keepers will take it from here as we make way for the next generation of young leaders ready to take Dr. King's legacy to the next generation. LED, Leadership, Education, and Acceptance of Diversity, is a mentorship and leadership program created by the Arkansas Martin Luther King Jr. Commission. LEAD is designed to enhance today's youth through social, academic, and career opportunities.
Now the stage is set as we prepare to transition to the 2017 Nonviolence Youth Summit hosted by the Arkansas Martin Luther King Jr. Commission. The Lead Apprenticeship Training Workshop for Youth takes place every summer and plays an active role in our beloved community. If you would like to get your child or children involved in the LEAD program, please sign up in the lobby or contact the Arkansas Martin Luther King Jr. office during regular business hours, 8 o'clock a.m. through 4:30 p.m. Monday through Friday. The number is 888-290-KING. Again, that's 888-290-KING. Please give a King holiday welcome to LEAD alumni Kaylin Smith, Parkview Arts Magnet.
Well, this is our final program. The Arkansas Martin Luther King Jr. Commission has hosted programs all week to honor Dr. King. At this time, we would like to bring up one of our partners, Mr. Dennis Milligan with the Treasurer's Office, to talk about Funding the Dream and to announce the winners of the 2017 Funding the Dream Youth Oratorical Contest.
Hey, thanks, Tiffany. Wow, I tell you what, I'm forced to follow Slick Rick. That's not some big shoes to fill, I can tell you that much for sure. As Tiffany had said, I'm glad to have the opportunity to visit with you today. My name is Dennis Milligan. I'm proud to serve as your treasurer of state. My office's main job is to serve as a state's bank. And we're also responsible for transferring state sales tax amounts back to cities and counties. But another function of my office, the one I'm going to talk to you about today, is administering the state's college savings plan called the Arkansas 529 Gift Plan. The Arkansas 529 Gift Plan is a tax-deferred account that you can open up for as little as $25 and start saving for your children and for their post-secondary education. Now, anybody can put money into a 529 gift plan. Parents, grandparents, aunts, uncles, and when they do, everybody wins. You see, you get a deduction on your taxes and your children get money for use for education after high school, whether it's college, university, trade, or a vocational school. Our office administers this program because we believe so strongly in the importance of having a post-high school education. We want to give Arkansas students a head start on their education after high school, and that is why the Arkansas 529 Plan Review Committee has partnered with the Arkansas Martin Luther King Jr. Commission to provide 4 of these tax-deferred savings accounts to students from MLK Elementary. The students competed in an oratorical contest sponsored by the MLK Commission in which they spoke about passing the torch. I wasn't able to attend a ceremony at the school last week, but I enjoyed listening to the student speeches online afterward. Their philosophies were inspiring to me, and I can tell you that all of them are going to go far in life with their drive to succeed. I'm happy to present these college savings plans to the following students and wish them much success for their higher education goals. Congratulations, students. 4th place is going to Dalen George. Third place is going to Shania Johnson. Second place, Mackenzie Newton. And first place, Brooklyn Willis. Please, let's give a big round of applause to these students who did so well. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you.
All right, at this time, please welcome Commissioner Johnny Key to present special awards on behalf of the Arkansas Martin Luther King Jr. Commission. And we'd also like to thank the Arkansas Department of Education. Thanks to our partnerships, we were able to live stream today's event, the largest event in the nation honoring Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. all over the world. Please welcome Commissioner Johnny Key.
Thank you. There's a saying that goes something like this: to teach is to touch a life forever. And this is very true, as I'm sure all of you, like I do, have that one teacher that you think about when this comes to mind, someone who poured in to you, and you can say your future, who you are, was contributed by that teacher. Well, the Arkansas Department of Education is pleased to partner with the Arkansas Martin Luther King Jr. Commission to live stream today's event across the country on our Arkansas Department of Education website. It also brings me great pleasure to recognize our educators on behalf of the Arkansas Martin Luther King Jr. Commission. Our teachers are the unsung heroes who sow into the lives of their students. They are a source of encouragement, inspiration, and they are mentors who play a significant role in preparing our youth to become the best and brightest. As we remember the life of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., and on this day of service, we honor educators who have dedicated their lives to serving children. I would like to now ask that Superintendent Michael Poore of the Little Rock School District please join me on the stage as we honor two Little Rock School District educators. These awards will be presented to two veteran educators. The first award, the 2017 Lead Award, will be presented to Dr. Dexter Booth, Principal of Parkview Arts Magnet. Dr. Booth was unable to be here with us today, but I would also like to present the 2017 Dreamkeepers Award, will be presented to Ms. Nancy Russo, Principal of Little Rock Central High School.
I love you too.
I just want to say thank you very much to the Martin Luther King Jr. Commission. It has been an honor to host this event at our historic school. I believe that Martin Luther King's message, along with the Little Rock Nine, are what Central High School is all about. If Martin Luther King were here today, he would be very proud of what Little Rock Central High School has become. As of October 1st, this school year, Central High School has students in our school whose families speak 20 languages and who represent 23 different countries. Thank you again.
Thank you to Ms. Russo and Dr. Booth for their dedicated service to the students of Little Rock School District. And now I'd like to invite Tiffany back to the podium for a special presentation to Ms. Russo and to Little Rock Central High.
Thank you so much. Commissioner Key, I would like to ask for a representation from the Arkansas Martin Luther King Jr. Commission to come up. Commissioner Parks, Commissioner Waddy, if you could come on stage, just briefly. Ms. Russo, on behalf of the Arkansas Martin Luther King Jr. Commission, we would like to award you with a check for $1,000 in scholarships for a deserving student right here at Little Rock Central High School on behalf of the Arkansas Martin Luther King Jr. Commission.
Thank you so much for this generous scholarship. I can assure you that we will pass this torch on to a very deserving student. Thank you.
At this time, please welcome lead student Kaylin Smith. We honor our sponsors, and at this time, the Arkansas Martin Luther King Jr. Commission is pleased to present an award to Ms. Keisa Smith with the Arkansas Department of Human Services. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you. All right, we'd like to thank you once again for attending the 2017 Mega King Fest. We invite you to tour our vendors showcase and also dine on free lunch, free food, free haircuts, and free events for the whole family. Have you enjoyed yourself? All right, we'd like to thank you again for coming. I leave you in the words of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. What are you doing for others? God bless you. Have a great day. Don't forget to like us on Facebook to see pictures from today's events, and also to check out our website at www.arkingdream.org. If you'd like to get involved, please sign up outside at the front lobby and give us a call at 888-290-KING. What are you doing for others? Thank you.